All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about Terence Crawford and a tweet that he put out at Errol Spence Jr. after Errol Spence Jr. confirmed reports that he was injured and had hurt a rib and was unable to spar before their fight that took place on July 29th. And I have to tell you, man, in this particular instance, I feel for Terence Crawford. And I 100% see why Terence Crawford would feel the way that he feels. And it's just a tough situation all the way around for he and Errol Spence. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division where Terence Crawford responded to something that was said by Errol Spence Jr. yesterday, where Errol Spence Jr. let it be known and confirmed what many people had known from the time shortly after he fought Terence Crawford. And Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford fought in July, which was that there were some things that was not right with Errol Spence Jr. in that fight with Terence Crawford. And it is a very, very unfortunate thing, I think, for Errol Spence Jr. and for Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford responds to Errol Spence Jr. saying what he said. With a tweet that said, I've heard everything now, Errol Spence, but, all in all, glad that it was over. Much love and respect, brother, right? Which was, I thought was a very, a professional way to handle that. And something where I think that, hey, man, I understand where Terence Crawford is coming from. And it must be frustrating for Terence, who feels as if he has not gotten a lot of credit for what he's done in his career. And I think that he feels that way, rightfully so. He feels that way. I understand exactly why Errol Spence Jr., on the other hand, would say the things that he's saying. And I think that it is fair on both parties. And it's just a scenario where, it is what it is, man. Both these guys came together and had a fight that everybody wanted to see. The timing of it, I think, was not good, not because of something that Errol had done or something that Terence had done, but just because, hey, man, that's how the cookie crumbles in the world sometimes. And so you had Errol Spence Jr., who definitely had injuries. Without a doubt, he had injuries. You have some of the most avid Terence Crawford fans that after that fight took place said something's wrong with Errol. I know Terence Crawford is a better fighter. This is their words, not mine. I know Terence Crawford's a better fighter, but there's something wrong with him in there. That's just, he doesn't look right coming into the fight. He didn't look right in the ring. It's just something was not right about him. Okay, so shortly after the fight, it comes out that Errol Spence Jr. had several things going on. One was this injury that prevented him from sparring. I do believe they said now it wasn't 7 weeks. I originally heard that it was 7 weeks. I think Errol said it was a month in a tweet that he kind of implied what was going on. And then obviously the fact that he came out and he had surgery on a cataract. You also had people that were speculating that Errol had, what do you call it? Residual neurological damage. That's something I came out and I really ripped that very hard on videos when somebody came out and said that, because I thought that was very unfair to him. But look, man, we can't get past this fact. Errol Spence Jr. was thrown from a car in a car accident that he wasn't lying about. Okay, for the people that are out there that want to say Errol's a liar, man, you guys just need to go crawl back underneath your rock. This man flipped out of a car 50 feet into the air, landed on concrete, and was out for 2 years. He's had a couple fights in the last several years. And was coming off of a 15-month layoff. After your body takes that type of trauma and you're getting older, injuries most definitely can happen. So then people would say, well, why in the world would he fight? It's his responsibility not to fight. No, it is his responsibility to pay for his kids, to put money in his bank, because what is he supposed to do when he gets out of boxing? Right? He's got to get as much money as he possibly can get. That's the big money fight that was there in his career. So if he's going to go into a fight, a big money fight, he's got to go into the big money fight the way, however he is. So I fully understand Errol Spence Jr. going in that fashion. And also, I have to be very honest with you. I understand why he would tell any and everybody, any and everything that may have been wrong with him in the fight. Because some of you boxing fans are really POSs in the way that you treat fighters when they lose, the things that you say about him. Now, what things have been said about Errol? That he's an average fighter, that he's not a good fighter. He needs a new trainer. He didn't prepare for the fight. He's not that skilled. If you are sitting there and you are hearing all of this thing from people that have never accomplished anywhere near what you've accomplished in your career, and you take a shellacking like that, and there's reasons why you took this shellacking, man, why wouldn't you let people know that? The choice is, okay, let me stand here and never tell anybody what happens, but then let you people fill in the blanks for everybody? No, I'm going to tell my story. I'm going to say what it is. The fact of the matter is, look, man, I was hurt going into the ring. My timing was off. I had surgery that I needed to get. It is what it is. And you know this man has been in the accident that the man is in. So why wouldn't he? Now, something else to me seems like it was the case, that these guys are not going to rematch each other, that they're not going to rematch each other. Terence Crawford sounded like in this particular statement that he made that he was confirming that they weren't going to rematch. All in all, I'm glad it's over. If it's all in all is glad it's over, that means Terence Crawford and Errol's not going to rematch. Errol said he's not retiring, so Errol will probably go to 154, get fights at 154, and move on from there, which means Terence Crawford is probably going to do what he does and move on to wherever he moves on to. And I don't know where Terence Crawford is going to move on to. I personally, if it's Terence Crawford, I would be chomping at the bit to get the rematch no matter what, because the other options are not plentiful. It's not a lot of people that are going to be lining up to fight him. And the couple people that are lining up to fight him doesn't seem like he really wants to fight. But anyway, at the end of the day, man, I think that I'm happy that both these guys got the money that they got, that they had the opportunity to be on that really, really big stage in boxing that they were in. I do think that fight probably should have taken place at the least about a year before that. If it wasn't for all of the haggling and back and forth that was going on, man, sometimes you got to strike when the iron's hot. But hey, man, striking when the iron is still relatively warm is better than not. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.